Phase Zero immediate reaction episode starts right now. I'm Brandon Davis, joined today by Jenna Anderson.
Hey, everybody.
We got Aaron Perrine.
I'm so tired. BD, I made it.
Aaron called me before this episode. Sounded like Aaron was playing Frogger, running through traffic, dodging cars just to get back to do this episode. The Agatha All Along trailer has dropped. We are going to react to it. I know everybody's like, where's Jamie? Where's Jamie? Jamie, I think, is asleep. This show was not supposed to be on until 1 p.m. Central Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. It was not even supposed to be this. Then we heard the rumbles of Agatha All Along's trailer is coming today. We tried to scramble the jets, and these are the jets we scrambled. So here's the good news. This means you get double the Agatha All Along reactions because we have our show on Wednesday. That will inevitably have Jamie talking about this trailer. So, Jamie's at D23 GeekFi. You're right, Jamie. She's already there. So the trailer's here. We're going to watch it all together, and then we'll kind of share our reactions, any theories we already have, because this is taking us right back to WandaVision. This is the show that launched Phase Zero. This is the show that Mephisto was born on. It's a spin-off of it. And, that's what we're going to do today. Welcome to the immediate reaction episode. Wednesday's show is going to be our regular news show, so subscribe to the channel so you don't miss that. We were also today was originally going to be, just real quick, like a Deadpool and Wolverine sort of homework episode, sort of catching you up on everything you might not have known. Now, we know everybody on Phase Zero who is here every week watches everything. You guys know everything. But it's a fun refresher for people who might already know everything and might have forgotten something on the road to Deadpool and Wolverine. And it's also an opportunity to share our show with your friends, play it for your mom and play it for your dog, so that they are all up to date on everything, whether it's what happened in the seasons 1 and 2 of Loki, or Deadpool 1 and 2, or X-Men movies, or castings that almost happened that might be relevant in Deadpool and Wolverine. So we want to see how that does. So we're probably going to still record that. Now that I've said it, I feel like we have to, and that's kind of why I said it. I was like, well, if I say it on the show, it has to happen. Anyway, Agatha All Along. Let's watch the trailer all together, shall we? You guys want to watch it? Yeah, I think that'll be fun. Here we go.
Another beautiful day.
Surprised to see you out here, Detective. Jane Doe. Found her down here by the water.
Cause?
Blunt force trauma.
What happened to you? I have a lead in the case, but I can't shake this feeling I'm seeing it wrong.
Is this really how you see yourself? That witch is gone, leaving you trapped in her distorted spell. Claw your way out.
I miss the glory days. She took every bit of power I had, but I can beat that witch again. Well, the gang's all here. Let's hit the road. I'm gonna walk the witch's road. The road is a death wish. Join me. What witch in her right mind would join Agatha Harkness's coven?
Not looking for right-minded witches, as it happens.
Sweetheart, you okay?
Oh my God! Whoa! What's she
Yo.
doing? Where's she going?
All right, we're going to go around with reactions now. I've talked a bunch. Aaron, you're at the top of the screen after me. What did you think of this trailer?
All right, so set the scene for y'all. I went to try and go get coffee today in preparation for the episode we were supposed to do. And it is a 5-mile bike ride over to Sipasonder down the street. And as I'm leaving, scarfing down my coffee was excellent, feeling good. I get something on my Slack like, hey, what's going on? And I'm like, what? And then as I'm listening to another podcast, I see the trailer pop, and I immediately, without even watching it, just listen to it and try gunning it home. I call BD. I call Jamie Jirac, and I try. And I'm going to keep trying during the show, you guys. I see you in the chat. I'm going to try to get her if she can wake up. But it is, for someone who does not like this whole Halloween thing, it's a bit on this show. Aaron doesn't like holidays. I am excited. I am really excited to see her again. I'm excited for Joe Locke. This looks very spooky. The other member of my household is going to be over the moon with what the stuff that you've seen in this already. The cast is super solid. I made a joke back when they announced the casting started eking out every week. Remember, Jenna just watches like a raven that delivers heat vision to our Slack every week, every Friday. With Eric Andre and Patty LuPone and freaking Hedgeweir and Aubrey Plaza. And I'm just like that Squidward meme of watching Jamie outside going, yay, look at all this fun. Look at all this fun I'm having. So I'm excited to get into it. This absolutely feels like a trailer that was cut together to be his most exciting. And for the people who said it didn't look scary, I mean, you know, you got a little Marvel spooky going on. I don't think we're gonna get anybody's head get disintegrated off their body like in Werewolf by Night, but still fun.
Jenna, what do you think?
This trailer exceeded my expectations. It like skyrocketed past them. I love the vibe of this show. I'm seeing people in the chat being like, oh, it looks like a CW show. Fundamentally disagree. As someone who has watched hundreds of thousands of hours of CW programming, I am a scholar at this point. This show looks expensive. I love the Mayor of Easttown kind of vibe that we're getting. I know one of the fake like title cards that came out when the show was in production was like Agatha of Westview, and it was in the Mayor of Easttown font. So now we see why they were probably doing that. I'm curious. It's like the HBO show from a couple of years ago. It was Kate Winslet. She was like a cop in a town. Yeah. So I'm curious, like if we get other TV homages across the thing. Like I know a lot of the other ones seem to hint at like very sitcom-y Disney Channel kind of vibes. I'm very curious to see how all of that manifests. I cannot wait for like the Hot Topic collaboration with this show. I think the vibe is there. As Aaron said, this cast is insane. I think this is going to just be so much fun. And the fact that like we have no idea what to really expect with this show has me so excited to watch it and talk about it week after week, because like I don't know what we're getting out of this, and I'm excited.
Yeah, this looks very, very good. I think it's a great trailer. I haven't seen the CW comparisons. I don't see anything CW about this, and I don't say that to be like an insult to the CW. CW does what it does, and oftentimes, not every time, but oftentimes does it very well. This, like, just from that first image in this trailer where she's in the car pulling up to a crime scene, has cinematic, high quality production feel to it. It feels almost like a Max show, if anything, if not a movie. Like it feels like a prestige TV type beat, and I dig it. I'm hoping that when it becomes, you know, the more off the rails, hopefully not actually off the rails, but a bit zanier, crazier witch stuff, it keeps that sort of tone, because I really dug that. Y'all know I love the serious, gritty tone, and this was much more of that than I expected it to be. This was darker, grittier. Like the color palette of this show looks great. The acting looks great. Catherine Hahn already off to a great start with that one line that really won me over. I'm not looking for right-minded witches as you would have it or whatever. It's like just the way that's written and delivered. It's not how people typically speak, and it's just so well delivered. I don't know. This looks really good. And it instantly took me back to WandaVision when she was in black and white. And then it showed her, you know, in the aerobics gear and all that kind of stuff. So I dig it. And there's a lot to unpack in this trailer. Mephisto confirmed, obviously. So, you know, there was a demon. There was some kind of crazy looking demon. Do we know what that was?
No. I did not think it was Mephisto, because
no, it's not Mephisto. No. This thing. Look at this thing. Look at this thing.
It looks a lot like the Wanda that happened in the What If Season 2 finale when they were fighting all the multiverse stuff, but I'm not going to say it's that, but it looks a lot like that. It just looks visually.
I have a feeling this is going to be like a big scary moment where this thing pops up and it's like, I'm going to eat you, and everybody's just like, no, you're not, and it ends up being a joke. Like that thing is completely unthreatening. I hope not. Yeah. I hope this thing is actually threatening, but I could totally see this being the butt of a joke where everybody's just like, stop it, zombie thing. We don't care about you. But that's not Mephisto. There's a other thing, the dates. I'm real curious. We think we're gonna have to do some research on those dates. One of them said W Maximoff. It'll play here in a second. One of them was August 28th. One of them was January 3rd. One of them was October 13th. I think October 13th was the W Maximoff appearance. That's interesting. Do we have any theories on any of those dates and why they matter? Was October 13th a significant date for Wanda Maximoff? Is that when she died?
I would assume as much, but I have no idea. I know someone has probably done the math of what days Multiverse of Madness and WandaVision take place, but like I cannot remember it off the top of my head. But like people in the chat are speculating, like, is that Wanda's body? I think it's supposed to be in Agatha's mind that would be Wanda's body, even if we do not actually see it. Again, I am 50-50 in terms of whether or not we're even going to see Elizabeth Olsen like in new footage on this show. But I think they're going to find ways to like cheat around it and still have Wanda's presence matter, even if she's not physically there.
I think we will see Wanda in this show, mostly because I think Elizabeth Olsen loves playing that character, and Marvel would be silly not to take advantage of actors who are down to play ball. Like just give us. I hope so. I mean, again, I can't guarantee that. But I think I'm more of like 60-40 she will than you are 50-50. You go either way. But even that's like, I'm not that much more confident. But I think we might. A lot of new characters in this trailer.
right now.
Through the days,
Yeah, I'm seeing if we got anything here. Hold on. Golly. Jesus. So many wikis, so many pop-up
Here's
ads.
the dates. February 16th, August 28th, June 2nd, December 28th, January 21st, and October 13th. So I'm sure these dates, I need more time to research them. This is immediate reaction. So, we're not quite. I thought one of them was for sure going to be the date that Wanda and Vision had circled on their calendar. That was like, that was not, I forget what date it was, but it wasn't any of these. It was August something. But yeah, Wanda Madness. I also find it interesting that this trailer really, I appreciate, not even find it interesting. I enjoy the fact that this trailer makes no secret about the fact that it's set after Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. It is acknowledging that Wanda is presumably dead. There's something they said in this dialogue that made me go, oh, wow, this really is acknowledging the fact Wanda is presumed dead by the MCU. Maybe just is dead after what happened in Multiverse of Madness. I think that's really cool. I appreciate that they're connecting it.
Patrick King has a comment, and now I really like this, of like, is this sheet of paper with all the dates the checkout card for the Darkhold and not actually anything tying to the Jane Doe? Because like that could be kind of cool with like because based off of the chat and based off of what it sounds like we're seeing, like Multiverse of Madness did occur on October 13th, so like maybe that was when Wanda got the Darkhold and whatever. That would be really cool if like this is somehow some sort of manifestation of that.
That would be cool. I mean, if you notice, that corpse, the Jane Doe at the beginning, had the black fingertips, meaning that was somebody who had gotten hold of the Darkhold, and therefore the Darkhold got a hold of them, and seemingly got the best of them. So, this is certainly going to be Darkhold inspired. I really like that theory. That's a great theory. I feel like Eric Voss is going to unpack the hell out of that for 30 minutes by the end of the day.
Yep.
But yeah. So, all right, let's talk about some of the new stuff we saw. We saw the Witch's Road in this, which is basically like another plane that only witches can access, so sorcerers can access. So I think that's definitely coming to the show. We saw some imagery about that. We got some new characters. So I want to talk. If you look at the closed captions, you'll have name confirmations. Lilia Calderu. How do you pronounce this? Calderu.
Is it Calderu?
Calderu? Maybe
Cauldron?
I don't know.
There we go. Like cauldron. Yep.
Yeah.
Something like that. I'm on the Marvel fandom page right now. Lilia, descendant of the first Baron of Mordo, Nikolai and his mistress Miarka had a daughter named Lilia Murgo, who she was named after. Lilia often adopted the appearance of an aged crone when meeting with others to enhance her reputation as the Gypsy Queen. She also became part of the Sorcerer's Coven, which included Maria Rusoff and Margal Zardos. Knowing that the Gypsies would never surrender the Book of Cagliostro willingly, Baron Carl Mordo, wow, I'm having trouble right now, romance Lilia to gain her trust. Wow, so this is a character that had a history with Mordo. Well, how about that, Lilia? Maybe Mordo will actually resurface after claiming he was going to kill a bunch of wizards and was originally supposed to get his head cut off in Multiverse of Madness, but hasn't really been around since.
It's hard to be around when you don't have a head.
Yeah, that's true. Somewhere in the
Yeah.
multiverse, there's a deleted scene where that man lost
It's
his head.
in the promotional art. It's in one of the posters.
Man lost his head and got sent to the Venomverse. There are some things are worse than death.
I don't think he's actually gonna factor into the show. If anything, maybe there's like a single line of dialogue hinting like they
There
had
we
a
go.
romance because this is Patty LuPone's character, right? Like we do need to probably clarify that. I'm
Yes,
pretty sure.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Mhm.
like if anything, I
Double
could see
check.
some sort of like joke about it having happened way before.
Yeah. But yeah, there's quite a few. We don't know who Aubrey Plaza is playing. Clearly some character who disguises herself as part of the detective squad in the beginning, but really, is up to something and is the one who kind of awakens Agatha to being Agatha. You know what I mean? So that's interesting.
Her character name that I think had come out before was Rio Vidal, which everyone thinks is a red herring for something. Like I've seen people already guess even before this trailer of like she's secretly Mephisto, she's secretly Morgan Le Fay, which like it is funny to me how the Agatha reveal was handled in WandaVision to now have that reveal on the Agatha show of like the cycle just keeps continuing over and over again. But I definitely think she's somebody. I just have no idea who.
I think it's gonna be one of those two. I mean, that's just the Disney Plus method.
I
Make them
mean,
seem like they're nobody, shock everybody with a reveal by the end, or try to shock everybody. So we'll see. I would be shocked if she's actually just a brand new character with no influence or proper ties to comics and Agatha. But we'll see. We'll see. Look at this. We're already digging. The show is not even close to here yet. We got like 3 more months. 2 more. What is it? 2 more months?
2
Oh
more
my God!
months,
It's
yeah.
already
we're so
mid-July.
back.
Dear
Yep.
Lord. Yeah.
Could-
But
could-
anything else we want to talk about from this?
I want to say, because Jenna probably knows this, like the comics that the Witches Road concept comes from, there is a bad guy at the end of that people think that's what's going on with Aubrey Plaza, right?
Shadow King, I think is who you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes.
I'm pretty sure I could be wrong, but yeah, the Witches Road originated in one of the more recent Scarlet Witch runs. It was like just from like James Robinson's run from like the 2010s. So it's a
Gorgeous.
relatively new concept, but yeah, I think maybe we could ultimately get to it directly mirroring that comic arc. Or I know people have their Mephisto theories, people have a million
boy.
other
Oh my
theories. So
God.
who knows how it's going to culminate. I did see one person bring up in the chat because I think there was a line from Doctor Strange earlier in one of the other movies about like trying to remove a dead man's spell, and so people are already wondering like, is that the journey Agatha is going on? Because since Wanda is presumed dead, is she also having to walk the Witch's Road in order to reverse that spell? Which I think that's really cool if that ends up being directly connected.
Ooh, Shadow King looks like a sort of eviler kingpin with a fez hat on.
Wow.
For anybody who doesn't
Welcome
know.
to comics.
Vincent, please.
It's just D'Onofrio in a hat.
It's D'Onofrio with a fez. Yo.
It's like a Perry the
Yo.
Platypus situation of like once you take the hat off, it's a completely different character.
It's a really obvious fake mustache.
Yeah, that would be
That
delightful.
would be hilarious. My
That'd be
God,
great.
big old
I would
teeth
love that.
in there. But yeah, so this show drops on September 18th. It's doing 2 episodes on September 18th. There's a chance maybe we like move our news show to Monday when this show is happening, and then we do this our podcast after episodes. Hopefully it drops at like 9 p.m. Eastern and not 2 a.m. But I really want to have fun with this and be part of like driving the discussion around Agatha. So we'll have to figure that out on Phase Zero. When we did our 2 a.m. Loki show, like that was our most watched and listened to thing in a while. Because we were right there when it ended with everybody. But it would be tough to do that for however many weeks in a row of Agatha there are. So we'll see what happens when this gets closer. All right. Anything else we want to talk about on the Agatha front before we wrap up our immediate reaction?
I feel like we have to talk about Joe Locke and the kind of not really well kept secret of who people think he's playing. Because obviously the theory is he's playing Billy, one of Wanda's kids. So I like this trailer seemingly does definitely hint at that. I know people also thought like, oh, is he just Nicholas Scratch, who Agatha mentions in WandaVision? But I feel like he has to be Billy.
I would hope he's Billy. Like, but why would where are they? Like, is Billy real? in this
So
universe?
basically, in the comics, when the kids die originally, they then get reincarnated into the bodies of like other children, and essentially like have the twins are separated. They have different lives. They grow up with different families, and so then Billy grows up as Billy Kaplan, and he's like completely different kid, completely different family. Suddenly realizes as a teenager, like and as a young adult, like, oh, I have this past. I have these superpowers. My mom is the Scarlet Witch, and then like his story kind of starts from there.
Big
Listen.
awakening show here for a lot of characters.
I
like it.
love the idea of this too, because as we all fantasize about the big giant reunions in Secret Wars or whatever, maybe me and Jamie are in the minority, but real tears will be shed when Joe Locke and whoever they cast as Tommy share a hug with Elizabeth Olsen in that movie. Oh, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be absolutely fantastic. Also, I'm never averse to more of my beloved Young Avengers.
I was just about to say.
Getting into the picture because the project's still happening. So we need them to be a part of it. There is no Children's Crusade without the children. They need to be there. It's kind of how it works, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't know. Like that is super interesting, and poor Joe Locke has had to be so like tight-lipped, even though the internet kind of just believes that he's Billy. So it'll be fun to see him. He's gonna sell a lot of fear when at the end when Homegirl's doing the weird ring, like weird Korean horror movie walk towards him. Good selling of horror. He's gonna carry a lot of that because he's just gonna be like, I'm not really a witch. I'm just a child. Why is this happening? See, it's happening right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I hope this show is as spooky and gritty as this trailer advertises it to be. I hope it's not like an Age of Ultron moment where the first trailer is super dark and gritty and grounded, and then it ends up being a comedy fest. Age of Ultron wasn't a comedy fest. It's a fine movie, but we'll see.
I think it's going to strike a balance. I think the way
Yeah.
that WandaVision had multitudes and had multiple genres under its belt, I feel like the show's going to be very similar. Of like, we're going to get the levity, but we're also going to cry and be scared at the same time.
Everyone loves a good story on Twitter asking, what do you guys make of the rubber room? I'm guessing that's that room where it seems like a kind of solitary confinement environment where presumably Billy is getting some sort of psycho treatment from, I think it was Aubrey Plaza's character sitting there with him.
It looked like Agatha.
I think it's Agatha.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that Agatha?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a really quick moment. It's coming up here in the trailer. We'll check it out again. I think that's going to be one of those pivotal moments where there is that sort of awakening happening.
I'm wondering because now we have a sort of predecessor in Loki to look at. If they block that room exactly like her weird citadel below the house in WandaVision, this will be the second time that Agatha Harkness has awakened a Maximoff witch to their full potential. And it's funny because it's happened twice. Like it's hilarious because it's happened 2 times. So I think BD's right. It'll probably be a pretty integral part where it's like, hey kid, you need to kind of help. You need to kind of do stuff. You can't just be like, not the Wonder Twins. Who are the 2 normal kids that go with the Super Friends? And one of the incarnate Super Friends?
Yeah, I know who you mean. Yeah. I'm totally blanking on their names right now, but I know who you mean. Yeah.
You're right. They have like a monkey.
Yeah.
Because there's always a monkey. But yeah, you have to do something, kid. Come on. Also, yeah, this is totally like blocked similarly. And in fact, we don't see the roof, but it could be a rune the same way. It's just great to be back in this
What if
space.
they're just like they're dressed like they're like in an insane asylum in solitary confinement? So what? I mean, the whole thing could be a projection. Maybe Joe Locke's character, presumably Billy, is locked away, and because the events of his life have actually driven him crazy, and Agatha is showing him like, hey, no matter what they try to tell you about what you think happened, it didn't happen. It did happen, and I'm showing you now. Like this is who you are type moment here.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the visuals of this trailer might be a lot more than meets the eye. Like we're going to have a lot of reality warping like that we're not even going to be aware of.
So when she flashes into Drew Barrymore, I'm not going to be surprised.
Well, all right, y'all. Great trailer. She's riding a broomstick. My God, there it was. She's riding on a broom. True witch stuff right there. All right, Aaron, any last words for today's immediate reaction episode?
Goodness, what a surprise. was delighted to see that we were doing this today because no one expected this. We all thought we were going to get this at Comic-Con, which means that, guess what? Drive your speculation into overdrive. This is one of those things that was on the board. Something has to take its place. What are we going to get? I'm excited. Also, I'm sure I will say this for Jamie. She loves all of you. And she's probably going to be heartbroken later when she texts me like, wait, what? No. But we'll get her reaction on Wednesday. Be good to each other.
Yeah. And don't take your phone out in movie theaters. We do need
There
to say
we
that
go.
in Jamie's honor. That is especially relevant, apparently, based off of this week.
Oh,
projects.
Wednesday.
Yeah. But yeah, it's at Hey, it's Jenna Lynn on social media. As always, go read some comics. Like I said, the Scarlet Witch 2016 run is so good. Highly recommend diving into that and just researching the various other nuggets of stuff on the show, because like this is going to be really fun. And I feel like we're going to get some very, very deep cuts in terms of comics. So
This looks great. This looks great. Thank you, everybody, for joining us to talk about the Agatha All Along trailer on our immediate reaction episode. Subscribe to our channel. There's over 1,000 people watching live right now, so go to youtube.com/c/phase0. If you're on Twitter, if you're on Facebook, if you're on Twitch watching us, go subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss anything, whether it's an interview, a video, a shorts, or a live show. Turn on the notifications and all that good stuff. Play our show for your mom, play it for your dog. On Wednesday, we will be back with our regularly scheduled news program where you will get the Jamie reaction to the Agatha All Along trailer you have all been waiting for. And then on Monday after that, we are ranking the X-Men movies. So let the chaos ensue. And after that, it's our San Diego Comic-Con preview episode because we're going to Comic-Con. So Deadpool and Wolverine is that weekend. It's a lot coming up on Phase Zero. So like I said, I have to say this last. Play our show for your mom, play it for your dog, subscribe to our channel. We'll see you on Wednesday.